So me and the youngest was sitting on the couch, big back and eating Doritos, and I got Dorito crumbs. I like to call them dust in my eye, and I have been fighting it, washing my eye out, all the stuff. Woke up eye crusty, so if I'm squinting a lot or if this eye is looking crazy, that's why. That's what my big back get eating Doritos. First of all, friend, how you doing? I am so sorry it took me a minute to get this video out. Mama was having problems. I still use CapCut for my initial edits, and it wasn't doing it for me this time. And come to find out, there was an update, and a lot of the features that I used that were free are no longer free, and they were just giving me the flux. So I had to start editing this video all over again using another means. Anyway, originally this video was going to be me up potting a lot of plants, and as I'm editing it, I was like, this is boring as hell. It's just boring. And so I decided that I'm just going to put a little bit, I'm just talking to you now, and put a little bit over it. Those beans, because this is Future Kim, that I'm up potting, I actually put outside with a cloche 2 days ago, and the temperature dropped all stupid, and the coldness, it laughed at that cloche, and my beans are like half dead. So that was a mistake. So I'm going to have to start those beans over. But anyway,
hello, Christopher.
I'm going to get back to the video. I hope you enjoy. Bye.
I am up potting my plants that's grown a lot.
Oh. Oh my god, this one's big.
Mm-hmm. Those are peas.
Peas?
Yeah. You gonna eat some peas, baby?
One time I ate them and they taste terrible.
What? Never.
What are you using this
for? For identification.
What are these?
That's romaine lettuce.
Why does one of them look like it's turning bad?
Because I did a very bad job watering, so it's trying to catch up, but I'm gonna take it outside soon.
I don't know what that's gonna look like when it's out there.
I'm probably happier than sitting up in here in water.
Mommy?
That's my name.
We can plant them in there. They put a pot in there and then just put dirt around it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Wait, what is that?
The soil.
Do you have to water
like so that it expands. And you're doing everything right now, but what? Your homework. Amazon's outside. I think this is one of the people that use their own cars to deliver. I ordered some raised garden beds, and I'll put it up from Amazon. Oh no. It's a sign. It's a sign from my oldest, his school, probably some achievement, which is crazy. So let's talk about achievements. I have this little boy who's now in the 7th grade, who, going into the 6th grade, was put into triple honors. Triple honors. I was shocked because I've seen his schoolwork, okay? But this boy does well on district tests. He scores highest and 90th percentile on things, but trashes his schoolwork. But they went ahead and put him in triple honors. Now going into 7th grade, he was removed out of honors in math, but he still has ELA and honors social studies. And the little one, there's a test called I'm not going to pronounce it. I'll put up the name like right here. But it's a test that they test all second graders for. My oldest didn't get the test because when he was in second grade, that was like when COVID started. Uh, but my youngest got the test and he scored high enough. And so he was invited to start a challenge program at another elementary school that I wanted him to go to so bad. So I'm happy. So I got one who's in double honors if he stays there. I don't know because he's okay with mediocre, and he doesn't want to study or do extra work to stay there. He cannot do anything and keep C's. And so to him, that's good enough. He has nothing to motivate him, nothing. I think that if he had a chance to go into this challenge program in second grade, he would appreciate schooling a little bit better. But let's see this sign that was put out for this boy, my oldest. Let's see. Congratulations, Mustang. You've exceeded expectations by scoring a 5 in IAR. So IAR is like a readiness assessment test that the kids take from, I think, 4th grade on up. And my oldest here, who doesn't, really want to do well in school.
I got a 5. Wait, on this year's IAR?
I don't know, probably last year's.
Oh.
I don't know.
What is?
I haven't gotten your score. See, he doesn't care.
What is?
No, it's just like, it's on last year, like, come on.
Well, it seems like they don't get the test scores to the next year because they just celebrated you this year for last year. I'll move it up here because you have signs like this and people will steal them or vandalize them. But like for real, what do you do with a kid who's just not motivated? Try to get him to do cross country. He didn't want to stay in it because he was too hot. We had him in karate, football. I signed both of my boys up for swim class, so they start swim class in May. And my youngest has karate starting this weekend. What do you do for a kid who scores so well on district test, but just puts in no effort in school? He has this opportunity being in honors classes. If he could have took it seriously as much as he doesn't like school, he could have graduated early. But he doesn't see that. He just doesn't. But crazy. All right, let's be finished doing that. It is Friday. It is the start of spring break. Let's see. Oh, we saw our first glimpse of ants because our little baby with his jelly fingers attracted the ants. He had like a smear on the glass door on the sliding glass, and now I'm seeing them. I put out it's called Adios Ants by Sunday's Best. I had got it last year and I got my friend some and he used it. I didn't, but he said it was good. Let's talk about garden beds. First, we're gonna start off with my pallets. I love a good I was trying to find pallets. I went to Menard and I asked one of the workers, could I buy one? Because I know that they collect pallets for resale or recycling. And receiving said no, but she said, but I have some at home. Very next day, true to her word, she called me. She actually had put one out. She thought I picked it up. She hadn't even given me the address yet, but I didn't. Obviously, I didn't have the address, but she had 2 more. And then on my way home from her house, I found another one on the curb that was actually in really good condition. So these are, you want to come out here? Or put on your shoes. These are the 2 I got from her. And then the other one I got right there. My idea is to have this on the ground. I want that to be wide enough for me to walk through and for me to possibly get the lawnmower through. I also got 4 4 raised garden beds that I'm gonna set up next video. So yeah, I think this is where I want to put it. And then I think the raised garden beds I'm gonna put there. I don't know, or maybe I'll just do one side with the pallets. I know that they decay fast. I have that understanding. But I saw it on someone's feed on TikTok. I'll post a screenshot and how she had her pots, and I said I can do that. But you know, I'm gonna put pavers on. Seems to be working out just fine for my shed. And then I have that over there. Or I just put one pallet there and put all my raised garden beds here. But no, I need more land for the raised garden beds. I kind of wanted to cover that little sinkhole. We had a tree cut down there and I filled it in with dirt, but you know, over time, dirt settles. Well, it's just a dip. Dry legs. You see how it's soft there? Yeah. Don't mind my child. Those are his at-home clothes. We don't wear outside clothes at home. Anywho.
Okay, you're sturdy enough for someone to stand on.
Yeah.
Like what?
I just walked in that dip. If I'm dealing with pots,
Wait.
I'm not going to
is
want
it
to deal with that
facing
dip.
you?
No, it's facing you. Let me contemplate this and I'll hit you back. I came with this. It's kind of dipping in a little bit, but it's solid. I feel like those pavers raised it up too high. So what I'll do is probably get 2 square pavers and put it in the middle. So let me go start bringing back the pavers. So this is roughly what it looks like. I had to steal some from somewhere else because I had used 2 of them that I bought to help level it off. But I think it's going to be a good idea. But you know what wasn't a good idea? Trial and error. These self-watering pots from the dollar store being used outside. Because it rained all stupid last night and this morning. And the pots are just soggy compared to like this one is just moist. The Dollar Tree pots are just soggy. What I'll probably do, take off the self watering portion because it leaves the soil too soggy. And I really wanted to plant potatoes tomorrow. I'm setting this up for tomorrow. Real quick, I actually was able to remove the bottom portion of the self-watering pots without removing the soil. Fair. And since the soil's so wet, there we go. We may be saved after all. Woo! Well, of course, it wasn't that difficult. Soil fall out of you. Someone had to be difficult. It's all right. Hopefully you can dry out now. I could reach over, get it no problem, and it's draining. You see it's dripping. So yeah, just finish that out. I'm gonna put these lettuces that I have been having water out because they're sick of being in water. I didn't get a chance to amend the pot that I'm gonna put it in, but we'll see. I could always add my bone meal castings later. So I'm gonna put it in this pot. But see, it was starting to rot out. I don't even know if they're gonna do well. Let's see, because even um the roots that it had is gone. It's been in water too long. But let's see if they take to that. Friend, my ankles suck. Okay, friend, it is early in the morning. I leave in about an hour to take my mom to her doctor's appointment. I got to take her 5 days a week. It's also spring break. My oldest is with his other grandma, and I have the youngest with me. Me and the youngest were supposed to go to the planetarium in Chicago. The free days are on Wednesdays in the afternoon, but it was storming. Boo was tired. He had to wake up early because his route took him to St. Louis. So I'm actually going to take him to the planetarium today after my mom's doctor's appointment. I have not been able to get back out here to finish this palette, to finish these pots, because it's either been cold, stormy, or raining. It is now Thursday, maybe 5-6 days since the last video. So I'm gonna try to finish what I can of this palette. I love the idea. I'm gonna at least my larger pots I want to get started, and I'm going to transfer before my blueberry plant gets a bud, my blueberry plants into the larger pots. When I say my larger pots, I mean these tubs. This was a steal. I got these from, as my mama say, Menards. I got it from Menards. They were like $9.98. They're 21 gallons. Usually, you know, depending upon the material, you could see them for about that cheap. But how thick these are, we're talking about 60 some dollars. Okay. So I got to wish I had got some more. If I lived in a climate where I could have fruit trees, I would definitely put my fruit trees in these tubs. But for now, I'm going to put my blueberry bush in this tub, and then I'm going to get another blueberry bush because technically I should have two. And then I think I'm going to get a raspberry bush. Where I'm going to put it. Now, since my last portion, these have died off. I figured they would. I waited too long. The root system was mush. I'm not surprised. But it'll decay, and you know what? It's going to turn into good compost. That's what it's going to turn into, as long as it doesn't attract any bugs. But anyway, I'm going to put on the last brick. And let me tell you about this. So the next day, me and friend went to Menards. We were under a severe thunderstorm watch. And when we decided to go to Menards, we had like an hour before it rolled in. He helped me get more pavers. He also brought me some sticks and branches and stuff to put at the bottom of my large planters. But we hauling, trying to get it in. And the minute we got the last bag of branches that he brought me and all the papers in, that's when it started to rain. But I had to stay out in the rain because I had bought grub control. Now, I've been Googling it. I have not seen any correlation, but there has got to be a correlation. In my village, almost not everybody, but just a larger number of lawns are being infested by grubs. Ooh, it's chilly. Okay. I'm correlating this whole grub situation with the cicadas. They say there's no correlation. Cicada larvae or cicada grubs feed on tree roots. They can tell me that all they want to. I don't care. The lawns around here look horrendous. And I know there's going to be some in my not in my comments because y'all don't comment, but just thinking, oh, lawns are so ugly anyway. We should have natural this and we should have this and whatever and clovers. Okay, first of all, my neighbor to the right of me his lawn is being taken over by clovers, mostly because he cuts his grass too short, and I've been fighting him back. I don't want clovers because bees hide in clovers, okay? And sometimes I like to walk barefoot, and I don't think it's attractive. I like a nice lawn. And two, I may not have an HOA, but the village and their what do they call them? I forgot what they call them. I'll put the name up. But they'll patrol. And if your grass looks a hot mess, you will get a citation. I'm not even playing with that. But I grew up with my dad taking pride in the lawn and going out and watering and doing all this stuff. So I kind of took over and I did the same. I see evidence of grubs in my front lawn and I need to rectify that. And please excuse the face. I woke up, I don't know, about an hour and a half ago. I haven't even brushed my teeth, haven't washed my face. I don't know if it shows my eye. I had a big back event yesterday. I have not eaten like chips that weren't like baked or, healthier option chips in a long time, and I got some Doritos. Because I called myself giving Boo options with his fish tacos, and then when I thought about it, Doritos and fish tacos don't really taste good. That's not a mix. Anyway, so me and the youngest was sitting on the couch, big back and eating Doritos, and I got Dorito crumbs. I like to call them dust in my eye, and I have been fighting it, washing my eye out, all the stuff. Woke up eye crusty, so if I'm squinting a lot or if this eye is looking crazy, that's why. That's what my big back get eating Doritos. Anyway, back to this. I was in the grass, ramble over. Oh, the sun. Putting down grub control, and it was sounding like a freight train. Like we were under a tornado watch, and I'm out there putting out grub control because you need to water it in after you put it down. And what's best, rain. But I put it in my front yard. I'm sorry, this greenhouse, when the wind blows, sometimes it sounds like there's an animal. I have to check. Ramble over. So the big pots, I'm actually gonna put up front because they're gonna give off shade, and those pots don't need shade. Um, they need more sun than anything. And plus, the larger pots should be on the dip because they're tall. I don't have to bend over, and the shorter ones should be where it's higher up. I am gonna finish out this part, and I'm gonna get pavers that are like 12 by 6s to try to finish out that part. And if I don't, I don't. If I do, I do. But I will tell you, I like this idea. I like this. I'm gonna set you up, and I'm gonna do a time lapse because, like I said, I don't have that much time. Don't have that much time. Now I'm filling these bags up. I don't know why I feel like I see thorns. Being careful. I don't have my gloves. With stick because ain't nobody got time using bags upon bags of dirt to fill a pot. So for things that can decay, so I might not even need all these bags. Other one. Ow! Fran didn't tell me he put thorny branches in here. Child, that's on my finger. I need to contact Fran. I'm calling to get on your case. You didn't tell me there was thorny sticks in here. Oh, stupid. I was sitting there like, I think my friend got the thorny pillow. So let me be careful. So I'm trying to be careful. I said, I still. So, it's okay. But thank you for the stick. Well, you know, I said, I'm going to have to call. I'm recording and get on your case. Okay, let me be the first to say, I know I messed up. That clearly says garden soil. I know that I'm supposed to use potting mix in these pots, but I'm going to be honest with you. Half the pots that I have back there actually have garden soil in it. It really does. I know garden soil is too heavy for pots and it doesn't let air circulate, doesn't dry properly. Um, but those bags were really for the raised garden beds that I bought, but you know, I just wasn't thinking. I did go back and put perlite, mixed perlite in, but it's not like I used the whole bag in that pot. There's sticks at the bottom, and I think the drainage will be fine. I never really had an issue in the past, but yes, in pots, use potting soil. I got some worm castings. And some bone meal I'm going to add to these pots. I'm going to try to add this to all my pots when I plant this year. First, so these are 21-gallon pots. I hope that I do not regret putting that straw. I said that last year when I used that straw as multiple pots, and it actually didn't. It wasn't bad. I didn't have grass in my pots like I thought it was. This seeding straw. Right. So this is worm poop. Yummy. Okay. All right. Give it a that. I'm trying to get this blueberry bush repotted before it wakens up and starts to bloom. I don't want to put it in shock. And things are waking up fast around here. So I'm going to put my existing bush here, and then I'm going to get another one, put it there. But you see, with me putting all that organic material at the bottom, the straw, the sticks, and dirt, all they had to do was half a bag of soil, roughly half a bag of manure, and yeah. And I wanted to put the straw in the pot because the soil will settle into those cracks in the stems, and then I'm gonna have to add more dirt. So hopefully with the straw that I put in as a barrier between the soil and compost and the sticks, the straw will actually settle into those cracks more. Sorry, I'm sniffling, but it is chilly out here. This is a Duke blueberry. Hey, look, I have a pot set up. When it's windy, my tripod will fall. All right, blueberry bush. Have fun. Have fun. And then this pot, I got the compost in it and the soil, but I'm not going to add the worm castings or the bone meal into it yet until I get my raspberry bushes planted in this pot. My potatoes are going to go here, but I'm going to take some of that soil out because I think I want to do well, first,
in the past, another reason why I might not have got a lot of potatoes because I had too much soil on top of them. So I'm going to do that gradual adding soil. I bought some more Hezzy romaine lettuce, and I also have seedlings started, but I'm going to add them to that pot. And in this pot, I'm going to have collard greens and a little, yeah, sneak peek of what's over there. But talk about that in my next video. See, I have one bloom. She's waking up. So she lived. I did not cover my blueberry bush for the winter. I did not. I just cut her back and let her be. And it looks like she lived. So she does have some buds coming up. I know it's not beautiful, but I'm happy. So this is one of the ideas I had to extend out my growing area into my yard. Like I said before, my kids don't play out here. If I have company over, they may, but most of the time, I don't know if it's a suburb thing, but they like being in the front yard. I would prefer for them to be in the backyard, honestly, because I know that they're completely safe. Um, but yeah, and it's gonna be less for me to have to mow, and I'm good with that. I like the pallet idea for a couple of reasons. I don't have to dig into the grass. I don't have to worry about weed barrier, grass popping up. I don't care about none of that. The grass could grow in between the pallet things, but I have the pavers on top, so it's not going to get all the way through. So I'm not going to worry about those things, what it looks like underneath there. And I don't have to do I know that this hill doesn't seem like it's bad when I'm on camera, but it is. When you're trying to walk it, it's uneven, and if you're clumsy and have bad ankles, it's just, I don't know. Let's see. I get, I'm sorry. It's just annoying that slope that's right there. What me and my friend also discussed. Oh, it's just, cardboard and weed barrier and fill up that area with mulch to make it less of a slope. That might be an idea. We'll see. Whew. Now, I promise you, friend, I'm closing out this video. Thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for your patience through this process. Until next time, friend. And this is next time. Bye.